I don't know about you, but I often find myself doing hours and hours of research when I'm looking to buy a new product in a category that honestly I haven't purchased anything in a couple of years. Things change so fast that it's often hard to keep up. So in this video, I'm actually going to be helping you guys out with some of that research by doing a side-by-side comparison of two ECOVACS vacuums, the DEEBOT T50 Pro over here on this side, and then the Max Pro on the other, to help you decide which option is going to be the best one for you. As you can see, they both have fairly similar profiles when it comes to the robot vacuums themselves, and the base stations actually look practically identical as well. But there is a $200 price difference between the T50 Pro and the T50 Max Pro, costing $1,000 on this side and $800 for this one right here. So let's go over some of the features here to see what's similar and what's different between these two devices, and if that $200 price tag increase for the Max Pro is actually worth it for you. So let's start things off with the similarities between these two robot vacuums, since there are quite a few of them actually. ECOVACS has equipped both robot vacuums with its TrueEdge 2.0 system, along with its Osmo Turbo 2.0 mop. This includes a dual spinning mop system at the back, with one of the mop pads on the right-hand side that automatically moves out from the edge of the body so that it cleans closer to the furniture and also the baseboards in your room. The dust brush at the front is also mounted to an adjustable arm so that it can grab the dirt and the dust from the corners and move it right in front of the robot vacuum for it to be sucked up by the vacuum and the roller itself. I have to say this setup does work really well on both of these robot vacuums, allowing them to clean a lot better than a lot of other competing devices that just have a fixed brush and a fixed mop pad that really can't get into the edges of the room and leave a lot of dirt and grime behind after they're done their initial cleaning pass. While both of these devices do a really good job when it comes to cleaning, the T50 Max Pro definitely comes ahead in this category, though the 15,000 pascals of suction on the T50 Pro is on par or even higher than a lot of devices within the category, but the Max Pro actually take things to a whole new level with 18,500 pascals of suction power, which is unheard of in this category. But that's also paired with increased airflow as well at 16.3 liters per second, allowing it to pick up significantly more dust and dirt than anything else in the category, and even outperforms products that are $500 to $800 more. I have to say, it is really impressive what this can do. And based on what I've seen, this usually picks up things on its very first pass that a lot of other robot vacuums take 2 to 3 passes to clean up. And you definitely notice it with pet hair. We have 2 cats in our house, and we usually use a stick vacuum on some of our rugs about once a week just to make sure everything's cleaned up. But with the suction power of the T50 Max Pro, I don't think we're gonna have to do that anymore. And this brings us to the second difference between these two robot vacuums, and that has to be the battery technology that's used inside of them. Now, both of these have a 6,400 milliamp hour battery on the inside, which is actually more than enough to keep them running for at least an hour to vacuum and mop your house. But the Max Pro actually has a different battery chemistry on the inside that's been tweaked to allow it to use 50% more power at a single moment so that it can have that extra suction power. While both robot vacuums are built so that the mop pads underneath lift up anytime that they go over carpets, the T50 Max Pro does have the advantage in this category yet again. The T50 Pro does have 9 millimeters of clearance here at the bottom, so that when it goes over carpets or rugs, it's enough to clear ones that are pretty thin or don't have a whole lot of padding to them. But with the T50 Max Pro, you get 18 millimeters of clearance, doubling that of the T50 Pro. And with those 18 millimeters of clearance, that gives the mop pads a whole lot of room so that you can go over thicker rugs and carpets so that the wet mop pads don't actually rub on the surface there. Now, it might sound like the Max Pro has every single advantage here, but that extra clearance actually does work against it just a little bit, since the profile of this unit is quite substantial when compared to the regular Pro, which means this one here can fit under furniture a lot easier. And as you can see, neither of these have those annoying LiDAR domes at the top. So they both fit in underneath your furniture a lot easier than some competing devices. But if you want the best one for getting under your couch and other low-hanging furniture in your house, the T50 Pro actually comes out ahead in that category. And then finally, we do have to talk about the 10-in-1 Omni base station. The design, as I mentioned earlier, is slightly different between the two, but the overall functionality is basically the same. It'll autofill and empty the water from the vacuums, remove the dust from the dustbin, clean and dry the mop pads, and even add a cleaning solution to the water for mopping. What is different though is the temperatures for the hot water mop cleaning and also the air drying. The regular T50 Pro has a fixed 70 degrees Celsius water temperature for cleaning the mop pads, and then a 45 degrees Celsius for the air dryer to make sure that it dries up after every use. While the T50 Max Pro has a variable temperature 40 to 70 degree cleaning for the mop pads and a 65 degree temperature for drying it. This means it actually runs a lot faster than what you get with the T50 Pro. If you're not at home while the robot vacuums are doing their cleaning cycles, it's really not gonna make much of a difference for anyone. But if you are at home during that, the faster drying times on the T50 Max Pro is definitely gonna be noticeable for anyone who's in the house. And that's basically it when it comes to the similarities and differences between these two robot vacuums. The T50 Pro at $800 is an incredibly good robot vacuum and is honestly best well suited for anyone who's looking to make sure that they get a robot vacuum underneath their furniture to make sure that the floor is as clean as possible. But if you do have pets and you're looking for extra suction power, the extra $200 that you would pay for the T50 Max Pro is definitely worth it. And that faster drying time is definitely something that you're going to be enjoying as well. For more details on the DEEBOT T50 Pro and the T50 Max Pro, be sure to check out the link in the video description below. And if you have any questions about these two devices and how they handled for me over the last couple of weeks, be sure to leave them in the comments as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.